Hi everyone, I hope my audio and video quality is good. Maybe let's wait few more seconds and we can get started. So if you are watching this and if you have access to our Slack channel, please message me here like if the audio and video quality is good so that I know that people are listening and I can get started. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, cool. So let's get started. So today's session going to be super interesting. Okay, I will try to talk a little bit louder. Thanks, Tim. So in today's session, we'll be learning a lot about AI tools that we can use for programming, and there are some AI automation things going on. Today, this morning, Anthropic released their new model, Claude 3.5 Sonnet. I mean, they updated the model with better results, especially for programming. So that's a highlight. Then they introduced computer use, which means they have developed a model and tools that can access your computer and it does the job for you. For example, let's say you want to find if there is any movie available today in Brisbane after 8 p.m. It does all the search for you and like computer monitor clicks, take screenshots, then understand what's going on there, then it answers everything. So what I have done quickly is uh, maybe I'll spend like 2 to 5 minutes showing a demo on this, but don't worry about replicating the same with me. Just watch me what I'm doing. Then in the future sessions, we will try to learn what's going on and how to run everything, and you can also do on your own things. So today you don't have to set up anything, you don't have to do anything parallelly, like just watch me what I'm doing, ask lots of questions on our Slack channel, or I will also try to monitor YouTube, but try to ask on Slack. That's super helpful for me. Cool. So let's get started. So first of all, let's do a quick demo on computer use. So after the demo, I have to shut down my Docker because it's taking some usage, heavy CPU usage on my computer. So let's do that. So if you go to this one, they say they have launched computer use. So there is a folder on GitHub, Anthropic Quick Starts. I cloned this repository. Then here there is a folder called computer use demo. Then I try to run the Docker container. So I will show you here. So here, this is the code for that. I just cloned everything. Then I figured out a few things. I installed all the requirements. You can see it's a few requirements. Then I started my Docker container. Once it started, it says I have to go here to run everything. So let's go there and ask some questions. Maybe one of my question is, let's see, find if there is any meetup events for beginners Python in Brisbane. So this is my question. So I'm entering the question. So now it's creating an agent. So these are the actions it's going to take. Currently it's taking the screenshot. Now it will open the browser. I'm not going to do anything, like just watching what's happening here. It opened the browser. Yep, it got the screenshots. In the left hand side, you can see what are the screenshots it's doing, and in the right hand side, you can see the actions. So it directly goes to the meetup.com. Now it knows where to search and where to enter address. Probably it will go to the location and change the location to Brisbane. Yeah, search events, Python beginners, and in the city it's typed Brisbane. Yeah, so there are few events there. So usually repetitive events are shown in the top. So it founds the group. Now there are quite a few events. Um, if you see the location, it's still different location. Let's see if it's changing the location. It identifies the location. Now it's changing the location, which is good. It will click Brisbane now. Cool. Ah, yes, we got it. And now it's seeing a few meetups. Probably it won't recommend the first meetup. It's we asked specifically related to Python. So I'm expecting it to scroll the page and find a few more. I think it's doing that. Yeah. So in the left hand side, it went through a few things and it's answered. So there is a group called Beginners Python and Machine Learning in Brisbane. This appears to be an active group that runs Python support sessions for beginners. And even at the moment, I don't see any specifically scheduled upcoming. Okay, if you're interested in learning Brisbane, I recommend checking this meetup. Cool. I think it does the job. We ask for if there is any beginners group, a Python specifically group in Brisbane. It opened the browser, it navigates, it searched Python beginners, then also looked into Brisbane, then take a few screenshots and then understand what's happening there, and then finally it answered. So this has a lot of potential. For example, you can also do online shopping with that. You can create a document saying these are your preference, and then it will do the shopping for you. Or let's say you're applying for a job in like job applications, it goes to the LinkedIn and probably it will automatically apply for hundreds of jobs with your resume, things like that. So it's very early. It just got released this morning. I spent like 30-40 minutes figuring out how to run everything. Probably I will play with it more, and in the future sessions we will try to incorporate all the new learnings, and we can also build our own tools instead of running everything here like a Docker container and screenshots. We can do everything like in the backend way. So we will be figuring out those things in the upcoming sessions. So maybe I'll quickly check if there is any questions. No, all good. So okay, I don't think I would be brave enough to let it have access to my accounts on any websites. Yeah, that's true. It's good to use Docker container like what we've been doing here. So currently it's not accessing any of our personal stuff. It's just a Ubuntu container and it has Firefox, and it just does some search. And Anthropic is mainly focusing more on security aspect, a lot of those things. So probably it may not do anything harm, but still it's not guaranteed. So it's good to not to use for our personal things. It's very early stage. In a couple of days, people will sharing their experience on what happened, things like that. So currently Anthropic, they launched this and they have written a few blog posts on that. Yep. And how to build things. Okay, it says it's experimental, error prone. We are releasing computer use for feedback from developers and expect the capability to improve rapidly over time. Cool. So I'm reading some messages on YouTube. Does the agent use our profile details to browse meetup and any application, or does it use generic? Okay, so Shivashankari is asking if it's using a personal account or just a generic one. So currently in our demo, we are using Docker container, and it's a fresh container with Ubuntu and few things. So here we didn't sign up, so it's just using the generic content. But since this API is also available, computer use is also available on API, we can make it work like using your own account and do things. Yep. Thanks, Shivasankari. Cool. Yep. Thanks, team. Okay. So now I'm going to stop my container. Cool. Okay. Cool. So now we are going to learn a few things. We won't be writing lots of code today. We will just use quite a few tools to accomplish something for us. So what I did recently is I did a side project. Let me see. Okay, this one. Cool. So this is not my original data, just a fake data. So what I have done is I created bank transactions saying some description, date, and some information like subscriptions. I wanted to build an user interface that automatically like we upload some bank statements, CSV file, and then the model will extract all the details like what are the subscriptions you have, and then from the subscription it will create this user interface showing on what day you subscribed these things, so that we can quickly identify what's happening in our subscription and we can cancel it if needed. So if you go to this one here, it's clickable. So if I click this one, it opens GitHub, and in future we can make it open like directly unsubscribe page. So this is a small side project. I didn't write a lot of code to do that. I mainly used a few online tools that has written some code for me. So what we can do now is we will try to replicate the same without using any programming, and we will create similar things. But before starting this, maybe if you have any idea you want to implement now, you can share it here or YouTube. Maybe we can keep that as a challenge and try to do that. Otherwise, if I didn't receive any new ideas, I'm going to quickly develop this, the one I showed you. Cool. Maybe let's wait 30 seconds. Cool. I think there is no ideas. Maybe we can quickly implement what I showed previously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a fake CSV file. Create some, let's see this. Okay, create a CSV file that has 100 transactions on September 2024. Most of the transactions or maybe let's do this in this way. Cool. Demi says change the calendar to standard Monday to Sunday. So let's see that. Okay, it's already Monday. Okay, it's Sunday, Monday. I don't understand what Demi says. Can you please elaborate more? Currently you can see Sunday, Monday, and all the days. Cool. So let's go here. So create a CSV file that has maybe 20 transactions on September 24. related to subscriptions like Netflix, Twitter, YouTube, Udemy, etc. Cool. So I'm creating a document. So here I'm going to open a folder. Cloud. Cool. So here I pasted the data. Okay. So it says date, service, amount. Cool. So this looks good. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is maybe let's assume we are using some ChatGPT or any model, and then we are adding one more thing saying website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a few of how to use cursor. So I'm not going to teach everything like straight away. We will be doing a project. In that project, I will introduce things as we go. Okay. So the editor I'm using right now is called Cursor. So if you see Cursor, this looks very similar to VS Code. Like this is VS Code. This is like a clone of VS Code, and then they added a lot of AI features. You can download for free, and then once it's done, you can open Cursor. It looks like this. Cool. So here I'm going to introduce modifying things. So to modify things, I'm selecting this, then doing Command K. If you are using Windows, it's Control K. Then you will see things like this. So here, what I'm going to do is add one more column called website, and add its website. Cool. So now this is my prompt. So it's thinking we are using own mini model. So once, now you can see it deleted what we have written previously, and then now it has added a few things. We request a website, and these are the websites for each product. Cool. If I'm happy with this, I can simply accept. So now I'm fine with this, so I'm clicking accept. Okay. So we got things quickly. So this is our September 2024 subscription, and these are the details: date, service, amount, and website. Cool. So now what I'm going to do is before writing any code, I probably use ChatGPT, and probably I use some powerful models like O1 Preview or O1 Mini, and then I might say I want to create some product like this, and I will ask it to come up with some creative ideas. Since this is pretty straightforward, I'm not going to do that exercise, but if you are working on some new project, I highly recommend doing that. So here we got this one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot. Okay. I took a screenshot. Now I'm going to V0. So V0, comes from Vercel, which is a company that uses created Next.js. And in V0, this is like very similar to ChatGPT, but it mainly focuses on Next.js and JavaScript apps. So here you can prompt anything, and in the right hand side you can see it's going to build that tool for you. So I created a screenshot. I'm going to upload the screenshot here. Just copy pasted the screenshot. Now I'm going to copy here, copy and paste it here. Use the about data and create a calendar Next.js app. Exactly looks like that. And to use favicons, use Google favicon API. Cool. So favicon is let me see this one. So this is the icon. So to find this icon, I used Google API. Google has favicon API. You pass some website and it will fetch the favicon for you, and we can display that. Okay, so this is the prompt. Use about data and create calendar and Next.js app. Exactly looks like that. Cool. I'm fine with that. So let's see what it builds. So while it's running, let's quickly check. I would like an app that would schedule an upcoming YouTube stream and video document to each. Yeah, so that's a good idea. I probably might do that for myself. Cool. So let's go V0. It's here. Do you now use cursor all the time, or is app specific? If I'm doing some side projects, I mainly use cursor all the time. I use cursor, and then for web development, I use tools like V0 and then Bolt. And I will introduce a few tools today. So this is one of the tool. Okay, so it quickly did that. Like, I'm super happy with the results, to be honest. So what we have done is, I just copy pasted a screenshot, and then I passed some data, and it created all these things. I will create a Next.js app that replicates the calendar design you have shown using. Okay, so these are the things it has done, and if you want to see the code, you can see the code. Cool. So it's pretty good actually. So yeah, probably somewhere it might be using favicon API to fetch the favicons. Yeah, so here it uses the favicon API to fetch the favicons, and then it displays everything perfectly. So this, if you go to mine, where is it? Okay, so this is mine, and this is what we got, which is pretty close. I'm super happy with this, and we didn't change a lot. We even with one iteration, we got this. So this is super helpful. So now I'm going to tell you a few other things. Let me move my mouse. Okay, so if I move my mouse over here, I cannot see other things. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stop using V0. I will download everything on my local, then I use cursor to do that. So that's what I usually do. I get some ideas, I use ChatGPT to elaborate the idea a little bit more and make it clear. Once the idea is super clear, I use V0 to quick prototype, and then I download everything, then I put it on my local, then I use cursor to modify things. So let's do that. Yeah, cool. Maybe before doing that, let me quickly introduce few other tools and see which one works really well, and then we can take code from there. Okay, cool. So I'm going to use the same prompt in one more tool. So this is Bolt.new. The thing is, there are a few differences. In V0, it focus more on like showing everything on their own way, but in Bolt it will also install in libraries as we can see, and it will also create a local environment on their cloud so that we can also modify code and other things if we need it. Cool. So let's use the same prompt so we will know which one works really well. Let me copy. Okay, I'm going to Bolt, paste it here, and copy this, paste it here. That's it. Now we will watch what it's doing. Okay, so it's right. It started writing some code. So now it has written some code. Now it's creating some package.json. And in the bottom, you can see the terminal, what's it doing. And in the left hand side, you can also see what's it doing. So it has created the files, installed dependencies, and it update all these things. And now let's see if it's working or not. Okay, it's starting. So install dependencies, and it's about to start the applications. So let's wait a few more seconds. Okay, so this looks pretty cool too. It also did the job in first attempt. Yeah, so here the difference is in V0, when I move my mouse over the icon, it didn't display the details. But in Bolt, it's a bit more interactive. When I move my mouse, I'm also seeing extra details, which is pretty good. Cool. So I can also do like one-click deployment here. If I just click deploy, it will deploy the application and it will give me some URL so that I can share it with others. So let's also do that. So it's building the applications. So one thing I noticed like 1 month ago and now, when I created my side project like 3 weeks ago, I didn't do this in a single iteration. Even to see what we are having right now, it took me like 4 or 5 iterations, probably like 7 or 8 iterations. I don't remember, but I spent like 30-40 minutes to create something like this. But today, luckily, it created this in straight away within just one prompt. It created quickly. Also, Bolt also created everything quickly. So I think the reason is probably because they are all using Anthropic models. So Anthropic updated their model today, and okay, so this is the model introducing computer use. Yeah, new Claude 3.5 Sonnet. I think all the players like V0, Bolt, Perplexity, and even Cursor, they all upgraded to new Claude 3.5 Sonnet. I think that's the reason we are getting high quality results in just one prompt. Because previously, when I tried everything, I was using Claude 3.5 Sonnet, like old one. And if you see, in almost all, it improved the results. Like code 93.7. Agentic tool use, previously it was like 62, 69. This one, SW bench, previously it was 33, now it's 49. I think this jump helps us to create a lot of things quickly. I think we are witnessing that now. Cool. So it's deployed. It deployed everything, and cool. It's deployed here. If I can share this link with others. Yeah. Let's share it here. I was surprised Bolt was using so many deprecated libraries. Oh, I didn't see that properly. I think we can prompt to make sure it's not using any deprecated things. I didn't see that. Cool. Yeah, it works straight away. Cool. Okay, so now let's try to do the same using Replit. Maybe I'm just describing here. Okay, so let's take the same screenshot, copy this, Replit, paste it, and then another prompt, this one, copy this, Replit, paste it. Okay, start building, continue. Cool. Let's see what it does. So before it builds, it's going to propose something to us. Okay, add subscription management, implement monthly spending analytics and charts. Maybe let's keep it simple, and then these are good ideas. We can do it. Add email reminders for upcoming renewals, export content data to different formats. Okay, I really like all the plans, but let's keep it simple. Once we get an initial prototype, we can ask it to develop few other things. So approve, plan, and start. So it's mainly using Flask. So let's see what it does, and then we can ask it to change it to Next.js. Oh, I think Next.js is not supported. I will create a subscription using Flask and Vanilla.js instead of Next.js. Okay, I feel like Next.js is not supported in Replit. Let's see what it builds. So it's creating all these files. Now it's installing all the things. Yeah, this looks good too. I think we were using September. Okay, so it created the calendar, but it didn't pass all the data there. So let's give some feedback. Okay, I can see calendar, but I can't see any icons. Yeah, let's do that. So this might be a little bit more challenging for Replit to do that, because it just uses like Python, Flask, and pure HTML and JavaScripts. Let's see. Okay, we will debug the favicon 5 icon loading and ensure they display properly in the calendar. let's quickly check our, it's restarting. Okay, it's also taking screenshot. Okay, it took a screenshot of the results, and it uses the agent to understand what's happening there, and it might write a few more code to fix that. So you can see the feedback. It edited a few files. Yeah, this is fine, but it still didn't use Favicon API, and it understood what's happening there, detecting potential issues. It's taking screenshot, and it will make sure um, we are getting what we have requested. Let's see. Okay, so it says it's completed. It just used, for Netflix it just used N, Twitter it used like T, things like that. I'm not super happy with this because we are not saying any icon. Maybe let's try one more time. So you have missed showing the favicons, please fix it. So let's see what it does. One of the reason is it uses like Python way of doing things and pure JavaScript and HTML. And in Next.js, it's quite simple. Just a few lines of code, just less than 110 lines of code. We accomplished what we wanted. But in Python way, it's bit more code. So let's see. Yeah, finally it get it. Cool. I think I'm happy with this. Even with, we just did like 3 prompts. This is our first prompt. It messed up a few things. Then we ask, I can see the calendar, but I can't see any icons. This is our second prompt. And this is our third prompt. With just 3 prompts, it created what we want. So, which is amazing. And if I want to deploy, I can also deploy this and create some link. Yeah, so these are the power of AI coding. Previously, let's say if I want to create something on like this on my own, probably for me it's a bit of a challenge. One is I'm really strong at Python, but I have to learn Next.js and React to create something like this. So that takes like weeks to do that, or at least like 2 or 3 days, even with let's say if I'm using purely ChatGPT and do the same, probably like half a day or a few more hours. But here we just spent like 30 minutes in our session. Within 30 minutes, we learned things like first one, what we did, we used computer use from Anthropic. Like we found what are the meetups in Brisbane. That was a good demo. Then we learned a few tools like V0, Bolt, and then Replit. Also, we quickly learned like Command K to create additional things, but there are a few other things. In our future sessions, I will focus more on Cursor. Cursor is like a great environment, like AI coding. It does a lot of things for you. So previously it takes like weeks to do something. Now we can do the same in less than 30-40 minutes. Cool. I'm going to end the session now. I will see you all next time. If you have any questions, please ask on Slack. Thanks everyone. I hope you enjoyed the session.